Welcome everyone to the Real Life Trading Program. I'm recording this video live while we're doing the morning trading floor. And I've been asked frequently lately, Brad, what's your favorite trade setup and what is known as the Brad Reed special? As a couple of my trading buddies have typed in. Let's see, was it yesterday? No, it was October 14th on ticker URI. So let's go to URI. And on October 14, we had a gap below a nice consolidation area. So there's the consolidation. It gapped right there. And so that was why, first of all, I liked the stock, and that's why I was watching it for a bearish day trade. The most important chart you can look at when day trading is the daily chart, because that'll tell you what the edge is. I loved this support getting broken, so the edge was bearish. So I knew I was going to sell short on URI. The question was, when? This recording is now on May 19th, so let me go back to find May 14th, and here it is. I think this is it. Yes, this is May 14th. So what I like to do, what many traders do, is if a stock is making lower highs and lower lows, they like to short it when it comes in contact with the 10 moving average. Well, what this thing did, it opened down here, rolled up, came back down, made that lower low, came back up, and what do you know about that tiny thing right there? Let me scroll in, or zoom in, I should say. I have to get really big here, but what we see is this little bitty tiny doji here underneath the moving average, with that moving average coming down. Again, I knew I went to be bearish based on the way it looked on the daily. It had retested, and you know, stocks just tend to make that shape. So the shape was what I wanted. I call this enter on the retest bounce. It's coming up in the moving average, getting ready to retest. Everything looked good about this. So to start the day, we had some sellers. Buyers took over, then the sellers dominated. Then the buyers came in for a little bit. And then the question is, where are the sellers going to take over? This doji right there indicates indecision. It's where the buyers and the sellers are battling it out, and who's going to win. Imagine some sixth graders, and they're playing tug of war, and you got 10 on each side, and they're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and then all of a sudden, the this 10 moving average here on the 5-minute, this is the offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. And they come in and they grab one side of that rope, and all of those guys tug on it, and the sixth graders on the other side just go, ah! And that's kind of what the stock did. So when it comes into contact with that 10 moving average, I put my entry right below that. So the low of that candle is 76.37. I think I put my entry at 76.35. So that was my trigger. I put my protective stop at 76.49, which is 1 penny above that. And as you can see, the reward risk on this trade was just obnoxiously large, right? So really my reward risk would be to exit down there. That was like a 7 or 8 to 1. My first target was going to be that one right there. That was going to be a 4 to 1. But let me talk about what happened on entry. Right before it triggered, this candle threw an upper wick a penny higher. So all of a sudden, I needed my stop at 750, but it was at 76.50, but it was at 76.49. So what I ended up doing was exiting the appropriate number of shares right in here very quickly, so that if I had moved my stop up to 76.50, which I did very quickly, I still had the correct position size. So if this had come back in and stopped me out, I would have only lost 1 R. So when you trade these really small dojis, things can move super duper fast. Johnny Guarco got this trade. Dean Chance is the one that let me know about this. I got in on a 1 minute fill on this one. Let's see, is it gonna make me scroll back a whole bunch? It is, maybe I can do it. Let's see, that's the 18th. If I can't do this quickly, I'm just going to abandon this example. Yeah, there we go. So at first, I got in on this little sideways action. There was some pre-market activity. No, I got in over here. I got in on that rollover. And my stop was there, and I got knocked out there. I should have seen that because pre-market high was right there, so I should have had my stop there. So I was a little bit bummed and not paying extra close attention. But let's go back. Here it is on the 5 minute. As this thing worked its way back down, we lowered the stop. Because it bounced there shortly above 2R, I ended up having a limit order there where I took a partial fill there and another partial fill there. Johnny Guarks, I think, waited and took it all, I don't know, somewhere way down here. But yeah, a couple of traders made a lot of money on that. But someone asked me what my favorite trade setup is. Some people have asked what a Brad Reed special is. A Brad Reed special is when the stock is retracing, comes up into a moving average or an obvious place to roll over, and makes a little bitty tiny doji. If you see that, email me, brad@reallifetrading.com. If you're in the United States of America, call me or text me, area code 512-296-8403, because that is my favorite trade setup. Thanks for watching the video, and if you want to see more videos like this, go to www.reallifetrading.com. Thank you, and trade on logic, not on hope. Have a good one.